Golden Bluted back with another video just for you, the college football fan. So if you are a college football fan, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Look, it's a long college football offseason, but I'm here to get you through it. Don't forget to go check out our Patreon page. A lot of time and effort going into that. And I call my Patreons the shot callers because, well, they do call the shots around here. Also, we have a great website designed and created by Joey Foster. We have 8 great writers led by head writer Michael Walker. Y'all gonna have to bear with me today because my voice is still a little bit off today. But I'll do the best I can. So in the past, I've talked about, conference realignment and the best group of 5 teams available. We all know that the Big 12 went out and got Cincinnati, UCF, BYU, and Houston. And those were the best brands available from the group of 5. So after that, who's the best brands remaining? And the 2 names that keep popping up, Boise State and Memphis. And both of those teams have now taken a step to actually catch some Power 5 conferences' eyes. I'm talking about renovations, upgrading their stadium and facilities. First, let's talk about Boise State. They're renovating and expanding Albertson Stadium. Right now, the capacity is 36,387. After the expansion/renovation, it's going to bring it slightly up to 40,000. Still not a very big stadium, but a lot of people are saying that the threshold for the Big 12 will be 40,000. So they're going for that 40,000 mark. And honestly, I think that's Boise State's only choice. I don't think the Pac-12 is going to take Boise State. So if they're going to get into a Power 5 conference, it will be the Big 12. So along with the football stadium renovation and expansion, they're also putting in a new indoor tennis center, a new 5,000 seat competition arena. That's for like your gymnastics, Olympic sports, stuff like that. New area for outdoor volleyball, new grass practice football field, football office complex upgrades, and a new soccer facility. Now this plan that they're putting in place, the magnitude that it implies, has conference realignment in mind, no doubt about it. Now, as far as the actual renovations to the football stadium, they're putting in a field level blue club. Those are going to be luxury suites. There's going to be renovated and expanded lower end concourses with the main entrance concourse with new entry points, more concessions, increased restroom capacity, new sideline club plus lodge seats, a new grand entrance on the east side. This looks impressive. I like that. And like I said before, it'll bring the capacity from 36,387 to 40,000. This renovation will impact 18 sports programs, not just the football team. I think that's pretty smart on Boise State's part. I mean, of course you want to focus on football, that's the main draw, but there are other sports in these major conferences. So the 2 biggest sports in college athletics we all know is football and basketball. How has Boise State done in both of those sports in the last 10 years? So for Boise State in football from 2012 up until now, 11-2 with the win in the Las Vegas Bowl, 8-5 with a loss in the Hawaii Bowl, 12-2 with the win in the Fiesta Bowl. We all remember that. 9-4 with the win in the Poinsettia Bowl. 10-3 with the loss in the Cactus Bowl. 11-3 with the win in the Las Vegas Bowl. 10-3 bowl was canceled. 12-2 with the loss in the Las Vegas Bowl. 5-2 no bowl. 7-5 no bowl. So overall, they're 95-31. That is a winning percentage of 75%. They've been a very successful football program in the last 10 years. What about in basketball? So here's what that looks like from the 2012-2013 season all the way up to the 2021/22 season. 21-11 lost in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. 21-13, 25-9 lost in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. 20-12, 20-12, 23-9, 13-20, 20-12, 19-9, 27-8 lost in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. So not as much success in the basketball side. So that's something that Boise State definitely needs to work on because the Big 12 is one of the best basketball conferences in the nation. So Boise State, you definitely need to up your game when it comes to basketball. I think you're fine on the football side of things. Basketball definitely needs some work. In football, Boise State was Mountain West champs in 2014, 2017, and 2019. But in basketball, they just won their first Mountain West championship this year. What about Memphis? What are they doing? Memphis is definitely focusing on football 100%. I don't know the figures for the Boise State renovation, but the figures for Memphis is between $150 to $200 million worth of renovations to the Liberty Bowl. Here's what they're going to be doing. They're going to have new premium seating. They're going to put in a hospitality halo space around the stadium so it's going to be more comfortable. Family boxes in the north end zone. Party deck patios for students in the south end zone. And a complete west side transformation. They're going to make it more open. I'm not sure about the seating on this, but right now the Liberty Bowl holds 60,000. So they're well above the threshold for the Big 12. And they want to get this completed before the 2025 college football season. That is another interesting thing about this Memphis renovation plan. The timing is right before that 2025 grant of rights deal expires for the Big 12. So they're trying to get this in right under the bell before the new grant of rights is negotiated for the Big 12. So Memphis is definitely making a play for the Big 12. But I think Memphis has two options. I think Memphis could go to the Big 12 or to the ACC. Unlike Boise State, whose options I think is only the Big 12, I think Memphis has more options. Now here's what Memphis has done in football since 2012. 4-8, 3-9, 10-3 with the win in the Myrtle Beach Bowl, 9-4 with the loss in the Birmingham Bowl, 8-5 with the loss with the Boca Raton Bowl, 10-3 with the loss in the Liberty Bowl, 8-6 with the loss to the Birmingham Bowl, 12-2 with the loss in the Cotton Bowl, 8-3 with the win in the Montgomery Bowl, and then 6-6. So overall they went 78-48. That is a winning percentage of 61.9%. Not as successful in football as Boise State. In fact, far less successful. That's a big difference from Boise State to Memphis. So how have they done in basketball? Here's what they've done since the 2012/13 season all the way up until now. 31-5 lost in round 3 of the NCAA tournament. 24-10 lost in round 3 of the NCAA tournament. 18-14, 19-15, 19-13, 21-13, 22-14, 21-10, 20-8. Then this year 22-12 lost in round 2 of the NCAA tournament. So pretty much comparable with Boise State. Maybe a little bit more successful in basketball than Boise State has been. Man, they had a long drought of missing the NCAA tournament between 2015 and 2021. That's not good. So Memphis definitely needs to work on their basketball brand. Now in football, Memphis has had 2 conference championships in the last 10 years. One was in 2015 when they were AAC co-champs, and then the last one was in 2019. But for basketball, they just have 1 conference championship in the past 10 years, and that was in the 2012-2013 season in Conference USA. The good news for both of these programs is they did make the NCAA tournament this past year, both Memphis and Boise State. They didn't go very far, but at least they made it. And people remember things that happened sooner rather than later. So that's fresh in everybody's memory. So that will help them. Now they need to keep that going, because if they do get into a Power 5 conference, it'll probably be a couple of years. So both Boise State and Memphis need to keep making the big dance, and they need to keep having success in football. In fact, Boise State has fallen off just a smidge in the past 2 years. They went from 12-2 in 2019 to 5-2 in 2020 and 7-5 in 2021. That 7-5 season is the worst season that they've had in the past 10 years. Same thing for Memphis. They went 8-3 and then 6-6. Besides 2012 and 2013 where they went 4-8 and 3-9, those are the 2 worst seasons that they've had in football in the past 10 years. So they definitely need to get back on track when it comes to the football side of things. But as far as historically goes, in the last 10 years, both of these programs are in good shape. And I've been keeping my eyes on the Boise State message boards, and a lot of people, a lot of Boise State fans are talking about a Big 12 move. I do think the Big 12 is interested in Boise State. They need to get these renovations completed and make sure that their football program doesn't fall off a cliff. But I would agree with people that say that Memphis and Boise State are the biggest brands available when it comes to the group of 5 as far as teams being bumped up to Power 5 status. Memphis has the choice between the Big 12 and the ACC. Boise State, it's Big 12 or bust. Y'all let me know in the comments section, do you think that these 2 programs have done enough to get an invite from a Power 5 conference? That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.